on life and ether. Within all beings, whether it be man, animal, or even plant, does ether flow. It is the spark which grants life to the lifeless. Conversely, death can be said to occur once ether has left the corporeal object. From this, it is clear to see why many scholars use the words life and ether interchangeably. It can be assumed that a young man of sound mind and body will possess a high concentration of ethereal energy in his humors, whereas an older man, or one inflicted with corruption, will not. Some scholars have expanded upon the hypothesis, saying that the consumption of food serves not only to fill the belly, but to provide the body with ether lost through exertion. Ether is not by any means static. It constantly flows through creation, forming currents through the earth, water, and air, which ensure that life is sustained throughout the world. The stoppage of these currents would be akin to the atrophication of a limb cut off from the heart. Ether is the lifeblood of Hydaelyn, and without it, she and her children would perish. So just a quick spoiler warning for all those out there: if you have not finished up through patch 4.4, you're going to have some story spoiled for you. I invite you to come back once you finish the story to get the summary if you wish to do so. But without further ado, let's dive in to previously on Final Fantasy XIV. We've been at this for a long while. Oh, and then this happened.
The founding father was an Ascian, and he created the Empire solely for the purpose of sowing the seeds of chaos.
So that's right, the original Emperor, the founder of the Empire, he's alive, he's back, apparently at the behest of Elidibus, and he is also an Ascian, sent to sow chaos into the world as if by some ordained mission, presumably trying to pick up and continue the work of bringing about the rejoining. But first, let's go back, because we haven't seen the Ascians in a while, and a lot has happened since we first ran into them many years ago. Ascians, the shadowless followers of Zodiark, agents set to bring about the rejoining. What does all this mean? Well, to keep it as simple as possible, Hydaelyn, the planet itself, sundered herself into 14 shards and banished Zodiark, represented by the moon, away because he was wanting too much power. We are on the source, or the original shard of Hydaelyn, and over time and through vast calamities, of which there have been 7 total to date, different shards have fallen and been taken back into Hydaelyn as her power grows weak. Thus, she has required Minfielgyo, once a scion and beloved friend, to come and be her voice. But yet these Ascians work to bring about these calamities, to end eras and ultimately bring about the rejoining, in which there will be no more shards or copies of themselves. It is important to note that these shards, while being copied from the source, are still different, and different events have occurred and different histories have developed, as well as different magics learned. Now, standing against the Ascians has been the Warrior of Light, blessed by Hydaelyn with the power of the Echo and protected by her as well. It is this warrior who has ended the war with the dragons in Ishgard, who has also led the charge against both Almingo and Doma, and it is they who has thwarted the Ascians' plan time and time again. Okay, good. So now that we're all caught up, let's check back in on our major players. Xenos is dead, but he also yet walks and lives. We've learned that it is Elidibus who wears him like a glove. But to what purpose?
When first I took this face, I swore to use all of my knowledge, all of my power, to further the cause of the Empire. My deeds stand testament to my commitment. And with this adamant flesh at my disposal, I could destroy the Icon Slayer as easily as one might swat a fly. Why do you hesitate? Our enemy is resourceful. Though victory is certain now, it will not remain so indefinitely. Deliberate if you must, but be quick about it. We'll speak again when you have unburdened yourself of doubt. Until then, I take my leave. father.
This is not pleasing to the Emperor himself because he appears to be the only human in the family, with his grandfather, the founder of the Empire, being an Ascian, and now his son being one as well. Fladola, who is still imprisoned for her crimes against her own people, and who has also been infused with the Artificial Echo, aka the Blessing of Hydaelyn, which this is a technology that was developed by the Empire because of either desperate measures to combat the Warrior of Light or just general curiosity of the nature of the Echo. Yotsuyu perished at the hands of the Warrior of Light, all brought about because of her brother Asai, lapdog to Xenos, who was being used to force a summoning, thus further justifying actions against Doma. And with Yotsuyu's last breath, she ends Asai's life. Thus, the tragic tale of this family has come to a close. But as the Eorzean alliance has only grown in strength, devastation hits the Scions where it hurts the most, bringing Thancred, Y'shtola, and Urianger into a death-like slumber. And whatever has caused this voice warns the Warrior of Light against twin dooms that only he can forestall.
I hear it too.
Only you. Only you.
No! Y'shtola! Urianger!
Throw wide the gates.
Furthermore, we still find Alphanao adventuring further and further into the Empire's lands with the Shadow Hunter, one who hunts the Ascians and seeks to bring about their destruction. They are working their way to the capital and they run into a massacre, and it appears the Empire is experimenting with chemical weapons, the Black Rose, sent to bring about mass casualties. Now, we've seen this level of death before, and with this death we also saw the rise of Shinryu. With so much death and with Aether serving to bring about the cause, we wonder if there will be another summoning. Aether is life, and as the Warrior of Light falls on these troubled times, it appears that we're about to face off against our foe once more. Will we learn more about Elidibus's plans? Will we defeat the Empire? And is it this tilt and balance that drives the Warrior of Light to becoming the Warrior of Darkness? We'll find out soon enough. And with that, we're going to leave it here. The story continues in patch 4.5, so if you get a chance, go play that as soon as you can. It should be very interesting and should lead us into the 5.0 story. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested more in these deep lore dives, we're working on something to encapsulate pre-1.0 all the way up to 5.0, something to really kind of tell the whole story of what's going on. So look forward to that here in the next couple of months. We're really trying to make sure that it is something that is meaty, that does offer a lot of value, that really does both summarize and also hit on some very key elements, some small themes that keep recurring in the game itself. But anyway, for Worked Game, my name is Bryan. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you have a phenomenal day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
I know not. Yet one thing is plain. Whoever waits for you on the other side is possessed of a power unlike any I have ever known.
Forgive us, Lys, but may we leave Thancred in your care for a time?
As if you had to ask. I may not be a scion anymore, but I'm no less a friend. Don't worry. I'll see to it that Thancred's well looked after. Just focus on solving this mystery, all right?
Thank you, Lys. As the Elder Seedseer says, 'tis no ordinary individual we are dealing with. Nor can we discount the possibility of Ascian involvement.
Whoever or whatever is behind this, the sooner we find out, the better.